Sketchbook Tour 25. I am finally recording this. I finished it like in April, but I finished it like right before finals week. So I didn't record it like right after it was done. And then I was just tired. So now I'm recording it. But yeah, Sketchbook 25. This is a Moleskine sketchbook, which is literally my true love in sketchbooks. But on the cover, I just have like scrapbooking paper from like a old artist set. It might be like the Van Gogh one, even though not all of it's Van Gogh. And then the stickers are just random stickers. I don't remember where I got them from, but yeah. And then on the back, it's the same thing. Literally, I love this sticker so much, and I kind of wish I put it on the cover. This cover was kind of weird. I didn't really like the red was really nice, but I had like conflicting emotions about the cover. So it's like all over the place, and it's not like as nice as my other ones. Like on this one, I like the back better, which usually I like the front better because I put all my energy into it, but the back just like came together nicer. So yeah, I have an ugly front cover. And then all my trash and tea. But I started this Christmas Day, December 25th, 2024, and then ended April 16th. There's like paper in my sketchbook, but that was a really dumb sentence, I'm sorry. But like, you know, scrap paper. And then this is, yeah, first page with all my children on it. We have Blossom and Azim, and then Alburn and Nova, Ash, Lobby, and Hunter. I forget this is like not focusing, it's focusing on my hands, but this is literally the magical blue pencil. It's Prismacolor Colorase in the color blue specifically, and it's so, I don't know what it is specifically about the pencil that makes it so easy to draw. I don't know if it's like the softness of the lead or it's like literally the blue color, but it's so freeing, you know what I mean? But I also don't like that it's blue, because I like doing like a lot of warm stuff, so then the blue like eats like the warmness of the color. But it's really good. So, but this is literally my favorite picture of Blossom. Like, she's so pretty. And I have not been able to do it since. This is all Hunter. And then Ash. Well, Ash is now, I changed her name to Adira, but I'm still like transitioning that in my brain because she was literally Ash for like 10 years. So yeah, so that's weird. And then Hunter technically now is Hayato, but I really don't like that name. So he might get a name change, but for now it's still Hunter. I think this is just in Micron. It might be in like a like gel pen. This is colored pencil. So this is like this color. This is like gouache right here, and I never finished it. I said I was going to, but this is like the aftermath of it because I was painting like something for my friend's birthday. And had a bunch of skin tone left over. So I just slapped it on here and then put, I think Prismacolor? I think so. But not the Colorase ones. Like they're like soft lead colored pencils. And I just drew Azim and his daughter Nina together. And I really like this page. I don't like how glossy it is. I think it's glossy because of the gouache. But it's like, no, actually, I'm lying to you. It's glossy because of the hairspray that I put on it as the pencil fixative. So it's just like attacked everything. But I really like this page. It's very cute. It's a little messy, and the pencil didn't really enjoy the gouache. So it was kind of hard to layer, but it was really fun to do. Then I don't remember where it was. It could have, this was at my sister's gymnastics meets. I was gonna say Land of Action, but this was in real life. Drawing her, like a bunch of different gymnasts there, but mainly her, obviously. Obviously, I have to draw my sister. But yeah, she's graduating, guys, and she stopped doing gymnastics because she graduated. So now I can't see her do backflips anymore, but I'm proud of her or something. So, moving on. This is just a bunch of notes from class because I forgot my notebook. Teehee. And then pencil, and then I put coffee over the pencil, and that was a good choice. That was a good choice. Because usually I do the opposite. But with this one, it really, like, brought everything together. And it just, like, yeah. But Adira, and then Hunter and Adira, and then just notes. And my notes got a little messed up, but that's okay. Because that class is over now. And then, okay, I'm kind of lame, guys. I went to class on my birthday. It was the first day of class, so I felt like I kind of had to. But yeah, so my friend got me pens, and the pens look like kitties. And it's a really thin pen. So, you know, I had to draw cats on my birthday. And then she drew me all of this, and then I drew this head. And then I drew my best friend, which was not the friend. This is a separate, separate friend. This is a childhood friend that I drew. And then random people. And then garbage. But this, looks really nice. But yeah, she gave me pens. A lot of my friends gave me, scrapbooking stuff, and yeah. And then, moving on, but not in a weird way, just moving on, is this page. This whole page, I have Hunter. I don't know, this is that same blue pencil underneath, and then I put graphite over it. And I keep forgetting I have free will and can, do this stuff. Because I'm gonna get something. Doing this kind of thing, the color pencil, or a highlighter under, and then the graphite on top, literally is my favorite thing to do ever. But I never do it, because I'm like, oh, I did that on the last page. No. So basically, what I'm trying to do is work my free will some more. But yeah, I really like this page. I like these ones the best. This one was kind of if you're following me on Instagram, which is under the same handle as this YouTube handle, but, I have this drawing of Hunter that has this facial expression, so I tried drawing this one in my normal style, because that one is more this style, the cuter anime style. But yeah, but I really like these ones. And then I think I used this one for a class. I ended up using and it finished the whole drawing, did his legs and everything. And then I might have used this one. I want to paint this one, though, still. And then more figures, I think from Pinterest. This one people are probably seeing online everywhere. I don't know the artist. It's from her show. But I don't know her name, because I'm not really a pop music person. So, I don't know people. I don't know any of the new artists or what's popular. Last semester, sophomore year, I'm literally halfway through college, and that's kind of crazy. What? But we had a layout class, which I was kind of scared for, because I don't really like drawing backgrounds, but it was actually a really good class, and I was so now I feel confident tackling backgrounds, a little more. But this was I don't think this was my first layout. in the class, but this was one of them. It was like pick one of your layouts, which was like my backyard, and draw it from 3 different angles. So I drew my backyard as one of the layouts. And then on this page we have, I think this is supposed to be my dog. I can't remember. But I'm gonna claim it's my dog. And then my Max, my doggy. And then Azim over here from a notebook. And I really like how I rendered his hair in this one. And then more Azim. And then I tried animating a scene for my friend and I could not because my power kept going out. And it was like the weirdest like month and a half of my life. Literally. And then everybody else was having problems with that scene. So I think I cursed it. But Azim, and then another layout of like a basketball court. Yeah, I don't really remember. Like, a basketball court was kind of a mistake because it's so open. And it was kind of freaking my brain out. Yeah. More of the blue pencil. And I literally only drew Nova. She's like, I go through like phases of like obsessing over a character. And like, it was Hunter for like ages. And I'm still like drawing him, but I've kind of been moving to like Azim. But I've really been drawing Nova a lot. And I literally love that woman. She's like my dark elf. I think I want to make her like a druid because I need to like expand. Like her story needs to be scrapped and redone because like I've grown up. Like, you know what I mean? Like she's like a really old character, so she needs to be totally revamped. Like her story, because her designs evolved to something I like. So yeah, all of Nova and then random chick, and then waffles. Yeah, this page was really empty. Like, it just feels really empty. And I think it's because of that scrap piece. But then I think this is a gel pen, and this is also a gel pen, but just, you know what? No. This is, on this page, is just like a long dog. But I own a long dog, and she's long. So I used this design for a later school project. But we have Nova on this page, and then Nova, and more Nova, and random people. And I think this is supposed to be Adira's dad, but I don't really know, because he doesn't have, like, an official design. But, this is, like, the ugliest page. Not the ugliest page, but it's just, like, really ugly. Because it's green, because my mild liner started running out, and then I was just going to scribble and use whatever else, you know what I mean? Because I was like, when am I going to get a dry pen again? But I bought this green because I thought it was drying out, but then it was not drying out, and it went on literally forever. So, and it's not a pretty green. So it was just like, ew. And then my final layout that I did, because it was like draw 3 layouts, in the classroom. Like, I was in lecture. And that was, like, don't remember any of the lecture because we were not writing a paper on that book, so I just, like, zoned out. But it was so weird. Like, it felt like class was, like, it felt like it went so fast, but I obviously got this done. And it was, like, grody. Also, I don't think I have a horizon line because I forget that I need to do that when I draw backgrounds. On this page, I drew Nova, of course, but I tried, it was not a good art day at all. So I tried drawing Aragorn and Arwen, and oh my gosh, I could not draw that day. It was like, so now over the summer, I'm gonna paint them together because I need to, like, that is like, it just didn't, I just couldn't try that day, and so moving on, because I feel shame. On this page is also with gel pens, like these Sharpie gel pens, not in the one though, in the 7, are my love, and I love them a lot, but they're not waterproof. They work great with like alcohol markers, but they're not waterproof, so it kind of like I can't like do all the things. But we have Hunter, Azem, Nova, and then some concept art for Nova and Alburn and their story. Their story needs to be tweaked a little bit. Like Nova's backstory needs to be revamped, but like their story together needs to be tweaked. So I did some concept work for them for a story class, and then more like concept work, kind of. I can't remember the assignment. I can't remember if it was like a cover or just like concepts, like cover. I don't remember. It was like one of the first ones, and we were so excited because we were drawing, because that class was a lot of writing. But on this page it's Lavi, which I already knew I was not going. I wanted to see if I wanted to do this one, but on this one I knew I wasn't going to do Lavi at all, because I did Lavi freshman year, second semester. So I was like, I don't want to do the same character, because like I'm not, if it was like Hunter or Azem, I would be like, oh, I'm going to do the same character again. But I don't really like Lavi like that. Like, I like him, but he's not my true love. But then up here we have Hunter and Ishmael. Yeah, so I did this story, and that was really fun. And I want to continue that one and do more concept work for it. I need to post my homework from that one, because I really liked the art I did in that class. And then on this page we have Hunter and Paxioax, and then Alburn. And Paxi needs a redesign, because I don't like it. It worked for my style, like, when I first drew him, like, he felt really good, but now he just kind of feels like an average anime boy, but he's, like, really old, so it feels weird. But my favorite pen started running out, the fuchsia eyeliner, and I was really sad. And then literally forgot what this was for a second. I was like, what color is this? This is just a highlighter, and I didn't like it. But we have a bunch of random dudes, and then Azem, and I think this is supposed to be the dude from my short film, which I keep forgetting to post, but I'll post it. I just don't like it, so I'm like putting it off. And then Nova, but I think this is the dude from my short film that gets stolen from in my short film in like the first 10 seconds. He does not have a name. He's just nameless cute boy. I really like this drawing of Nova. I don't remember if it was referenced or not, but I really like it. Like, her back, it's just like, it's a nice shape. And then more blue pencil. I think these are from Pinterest. Yeah. And then more Nova and a Hunter. And then a random thing I found on the floor in the classroom. It had been there for like 2 weeks in the same spot, and I was like, thank you. This was for a character design class, and it was like, give a character like a sidekick, but then it turned into like just a character. So like, yeah, but it was supposed to be based off like a pet or a person, and I was like, obviously we have to do Coco Chanel because she looks so funny. Like, she's a German Shepherd, but she's like long. She's not stocky, cause we're a German Shepherd family, so we have strictly German Shepherds. Max is like a Shepherd lab mix, but then Sadie has papers. And she's like, Sadie I would say is like a traditional Shepherd, like hardy, well-built, like, you know, German Shepherd, like working standard. Not really working standard. She's a little tiny, but like working class dog. Coco, she literally came up on our property and I found her under the trailer. I saw her run across the like I live in the middle of nowhere. So she like ran across like the front of our house while I was listening to Metallica. And it was like For Whom the Bell Tolls, I think. And I just see like this white thing bolt, and I was sick that day, and she never left. So yeah, so we like, I'm saying we don't know much about her, and she has like weird behaviors, and she was like, she's weird, but she's like really long and skinny, and she's really pretty looking, but really weird looking at the same time. So I drew her like this, and obviously this is exaggerated, but it is pretty much like how she looks. So yeah, I drew her for class. And then like this is literally my favorite part of her is this section of the drawing, but she also does like this like bird neck thing with her neck. It's not like as dramatic as this because she's still a dog, but like this part of her neck does like that like thing, and it's so like I'm like that's a good part. That's a good part. And he like took it away in my critique, and I was like, that's what happens at the back of her neck though. This one we went to like what is it called? I think it's called the Drawing Club on Instagram. I can't remember. It's like really popular, but I went there, and I think this is the model's Instagram, Kia Art Model on Instagram, but the model dressed up as Ishma from, oh my gosh, Emperor's New Groove. And yeah, so me and my friends went there, and I actually forgot we were doing that day, and I was stuck in the lab like animating or whatever, and then they're like, hey, like we're getting to leave soon, like, you know, pull up. And I was like, I'm on my way, but I like totally forgot that was happening that day. So I didn't have my like big sketchbook, because I was like in my head when we first did it, I was like, I'm gonna bring my big sketchbook, it's gonna be so great. Forgot about it. So I have it all in this sketchbook, which is like still good, but it's like so tiny, and you should do figures bigger, you know. But she was like, the model was cool. So yeah, I drew her, and she looked like Ishma, and it was really cool. And she like did all the like these fun poses. This was like afterwards that I did it, that I drew like these inserts. But yeah, I was I'm taking another figure class next semester, and I'm so excited because I love drawing real life models, like models in real life. But yeah, so I just like really like these sketches. This is Hunter, and this is Falling Off. More Hunter, and then a Paxi, and then a Blossom. Wow, these are really falling off. Last time I opened this was not like this. And then we have a fairy, and I think that's supposed to be Ishmael. And then I don't remember what the book was of this. It might have been this from C.S. Lewis. Just like a painting idea with like all the words. I might still do that on canvas, but I don't know. And then more figures. And I think this is my favorite one. That she did. She had like a staff, but I didn't draw the, oh no, I drew the staff. But yeah, that ended up being a good day. And then I really like this one too. It's just like, and just, yeah, it's good. I think this is her too. This might not be her. No, I don't think it is. I think this one's from Imagination. And then this page we have more Hunter, because he's my love. And then just random people and a hand, and then more Hunter. And I like this drawing of Hunter. I like his face. And then this is more of the model, but I don't know what I did, but it was too much, and I made her head huge on accident. Ugh. Looking through this, I'm like, this is also my favorite one. I love this one. This is like the full body one, but this is like, you know, guilty pleasure, half body kind of. But yeah, it was I really like this one too. And then that model, she had really like good hand shapes, so I tried drawing some of her hands. But it was really good. And then random people, and then another Paxi because I was trying to get back into him, and then more Paxi, and then more of the figure drawing, and my friend drew me a kitty. Yeah, and then this is, I think this is this, but this thing is supposed to be red, but when you spray it with hairspray, it does like this weird orange color. And yeah, so yeah, all of us is Hunter, and then I have two Odyssei, because I read the book Odyssey, banger book, and then I started listening to No Longer You from the musical, and I was like, man, this is really fire, but this totally reminds me of Odyssey. I wonder if it's inspired by that. I've been missing out. So now I'm into Epic, and I love their stuff, and I want to make animations to it, or like animatics to it, with my own characters, and like the Odyssey people. So I've fallen into a hole, is what I'm saying. And I don't like musicals. I hate the singing. I find them annoying. But this one, the voice is great. Troy, great. Like, you know, it's like totally my thing. So now I'm an Epic person, and I like, yeah. And my friend was like, listen to this. Ah, and I was like, I love this. Ah, and we were just going back and so anyways, I had to draw the man himself. Don't really like these drawings. Like, I like them and don't like them. Like, what is that hand? You know? So yeah. Epic person. See, there's my friend. She's on the next page. She's like really into it. Yeah. I lost my train of thought there for a second. Drew my friend, and then Hunter and Adira and Nova and Azim and Eminem people and Albert down here. Yeah, this sketchbook lacks a lot of like character interactions, and I'm trying to get back into that like over this summer, because my goal is to finish the sketchbook, my current sketchbook, at the end of the summer with more character things, because I have free will, and can do that. And then literally my favorite page in this whole sketchbook. I love this page so much. This is, I'll come back to this one. Did this with my glass dip pen, in like my Dr. Martin India inks. And yeah, really like it. And then I put watercolor over it with some of my like glitter watercolor. But we have Paxi and Blossom and Hunter and Adira, and there's glitter on my hands now, and it's gonna be there for the next 5 years. And then London needs a redesign and a revamp and a new story and all the things, but she's in the same world as these two. And she needs a name change because there's no London in, I almost said Tower of London, but there's no London in their world. So, you know, this page, literally love it so much. Like, I did this personally. I don't know how I did this, but I did it. It's Nova and Albern when they're married. Yeah, I don't know what spirit possessed me, but it looks so yeah. So I don't even know where to start with this thing. I love this thing so much, and I need to post it on Instagram and, like, you know, do something about it. I recorded none of the process, I think, and I'm really upset about that because I'm like, it would have been so cool to look back and see the process of this, but I didn't, which was all, like, I like that I didn't record it, and I like hate that I didn't record it, because it's like, there's like, this was for me, you know what I mean? But recording it would have, like, taken that away a little bit. But yeah, really like this one. I pulled out my Copics and did all the things. This took me forever, but I love the end result. And then I used some of the Artex markers. No, yeah, Artex acrylic markers. Because I don't remember what her dress color was before I did this, but it was really ugly. And I used my dip pen, and I love my dip pen so much. This is, if you're like, okay, listen, I love my ink pen, or my dip pen, but when you use the Dr. Martin one, it's only for water. Like, it'll, like, mess up your thing and, like, your markers, because of the ink. But I like using this, ink. I think manga artists use this one, but it works really good with alcohol markers. So, yeah. It was just, like, a really good piece because, like, I got to use all my favorite things. Except for gouache. I didn't use gouache, but that was okay because I got to do the other stuff. But I really like it. And then for the gold, I used, like, a mixture of these. Yeah, and then this one is just the jelly roll. But I really like this one. This one is more of, like, a warmer gold, and then this one's, like, a true gold because it's more green. But, yeah. So I used that for the gold, and then, yeah. I'm just really happy with it, and I'm just like, I want to eat it. Green pencil. I think it's called a ray pencil. But I was trying, like, I've noticed after I do something like this that I'm really proud of, it, like, I, like, hit, like, an art slump. Like, I put all my creative energy into this, and then it's hard to recover. So, it's, like, yeah. So, I kind of, like, have to, like, it, like, I don't know how to explain it. It, like, throws me into, like, a funk. Like, I'm like, I will never create anything as good as this ever again. And then it's just, like, I have to, like, get out of that headspace, like, because, like, I'm not trying to make this, like, finish stuff like this all the time. Like, you know, I like painting, but I really like sketching. So was trying to, like, get out of that. But I like these sketches. Like, looking back now, I should have highlighted this one. But, Nova and Albern, and then Nova and Albern, and more Nova, and then Azim and Adira and Hunter. Yeah. So it was good. I really like this one of Albern because he looks so, like it feels like, I didn't use a reference, but it feels like something I would see on Instagram from someone I follow and be like, oh, that looks like, it's simple, but it looks nice. This one We have a random Nova, and then a random Madeira, but all of it is Hunter, and I don't have the pen up with me. But I think it's a Tombow, like, the Tombow, like, brush pens. I don't remember the, like, but it's, like, the popular, like, red and blue one that everybody has. I really like sketching with those ones because it's, like, just the perfect amount of, like, give in the tip that is really nice, but, like, the one downside to it is it's, you know, just straight up black. Like, you can't, like, go really light and then go heavier. So it's, like, it really makes you think about where you're putting down the line. So I really like that about that pen. More layouts. Yeah, more layouts. This was, like, draw the background, choose one of your layouts, and then draw it from 3 different angles. So I chose my backyard because I was like, I feel familiar in that space. And I feel like it has enough stuff that it won't just be like the basketball court where it's like literally 4 walls and then some bleachers. And I did not want to draw bleachers. And the other one, what was my other background actually? I don't even remember. Where are you? Not this one. The classroom. Like, again, like 4 walls with tables. So I chose to do my backyard from 3 different angles. And that was really hard. Or, yeah, 3 different angles and then choose one and, like, extend it into, like, a camera move. So I did, like, my backyard, but then it would go into, like, this spooky wood area. Which is from my imagination, because, like, I live in the desert, so it's just a bunch of rocks, and, like, low foliage, and that's kind of boring. So, not, like, boring, but, like, it's not as visually striking, I feel like. Like, I felt like a lot of the stuff would blend together, whereas with trees and bushes, it's, you know, like, contrasting. Like, you have interesting cheery shapes and then the low bushes and then, you know. So I did that. And that was fun. I kind of struggled with it because I don't really know how to do backgrounds. But, yeah. We have Alburn and Hunter and then a low Nova. And then this shape looked so much better in my head. And then when I started drawing it, it was so boring. And I was really sad. I filmed this one as like a 30 second clip, I mean. And it's up on my channel and on my Instagram. But yeah, I really liked this page. It was kind of like a use all your blue art supplies thing. I didn't use all my blue art supplies obviously, but it's that blue pencil and then this, like, blue pen. I have, like, a ballpoint pen. And then my liners as, like, the shadows. And yeah. I, like, prepped this because I was, like, looking at one of my old sketchbooks. I, like, prepped a page kind of like this. And I really liked it, so I wanted to do that again with, like, scrap paper and the washi tape. But yeah, and then in this process, I kind of made a new character. He does not have a name yet, but I want to use him more because I really like his hair and his horns and, like, the nose. But yeah, we have him, and I want to make him an alcoholic. So, yeah. Kind of like an alcoholic, like, Chilchuck in Dungeon Meshi. Like that, you know what I mean? And then we have Hunter and then Blossom Azim and another Nova. But literally put all my energy into this one. And then on this page, I tried prepping the same thing, but it was just not a good day to draw. So literally, like, these ones are, like, I like that one and I kind of like this one, but I don't really like the page. which sucks because I really like the colors. So, yeah, Hunter and then Nova, and yeah. And then this page was done with coal erase pencils that I got, like, in high school and never used because I kind of, like, I really like drawing in pen. So now I'm, like, going back to liking to draw in colored pencils. So I drew Hunter and more. This is actually all Hunter and then a random Madeira, but Hunter. Love him so much. I think I used this one actually in my homework. Maybe. This was, I got, like, my aunt, also in high school, gifted me a bunch of the Dr. P.H. Martin inks. In, like, a rainbow set, so I wanted to see all the colors laid out. So I did, like, this thing, and it looked so much better in my head again. And when I did it, it's just, like, vomit. But over here we have more concept work. I don't actually think I finished this assignment, though, now that I think about it. But this was, like, thumbnails for it. Not these ones, but these two. But more Hunter. And then this one I ruined on accident. But it's Nova, and, like, I don't know, there's not really much of a story here. Like, there's, like, I can make a story here, but there's not, like, a story. Because this could be two Novas, and it's, like, a self-reflection thing, or it could be Nova and her sister, because they're twins. And her twin has short hair. But literally, guys, I watched Arcane, and then I didn't touch Arcane for, like, a while, because I was, like, busy with school, so I wasn't on, like, Instagram or anything. But now I just look at this and see the woman herself, Jinx, because of the short. I love that show. So it was, like, influencing me subconsciously, but now I just, yeah. I love, yeah. So anyways, I kind of ruined this page. Like, it looked really good as a sketch, but then I was like, oh, I'm gonna line it, and I'm gonna do this, and, like, you know, add, like, this color, but it just doesn't look good on paper. Like, it looked good in my head, but it didn't look good on paper. So I'm kind of sad because it, like, you know, yeah, but this is, like, the Micron pen, and then the Artex paint markers again, because I'm really loving those. I literally forgot who this was for a second. Scrap page. All the things. All the time. This is Hayato, and then I think this is Nina. It might just be a random chick, but Azim, and then what is your name? Alburn and Nova, and then random people. And I don't know who this girl is, but she's really cute. So, yeah, I really like this page, mainly because of the colors. But I also really like, specifically this page, because of how, like, I like when my sketchbook pages look crowded, but not cluttered. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And then this page is with gouache. Yeah. And Micron, and then that gel Sharpie pen. And I drew some of my classmates in Colloquy. I didn't draw all of them. I couldn't, like, I wasn't able to do all of them, but these are some of the girls in my class. Yeah, and then these are the pens my friend got me in, like, this page way back here. I really like them. I don't know where she got them from, but they're really nice. Like, the ink flow is really good. And then, spoilers, don't like this page. I don't know what happened, But I did coffee over this page, which is literally one of my favorite things to do, like stain the pages with. But I just didn't enjoy drawing on it this time. And I think mainly it was like just like an art, like it wasn't a good day to draw. Like creative wise, like it was like I had ideas but not really, you know. Like nothing was working. I probably didn't warm up that day either. It was just like not a good day. So I like this drawing, which is literally the only drawing I highlighted because these ones are just nasty. But I like this page. And then I added this later, but there's not really much of a story. But it's more Hunter. And then I really enjoy his hand, which is one of my favorite things to draw. So whenever I draw a good hand, that's a good day, even though it was not a good day. I found a random micron, like, in the class that someone abandoned and left. So I adopted it and drew with it, but it's kind of running out. But this was more my eyeliner pen that was running out that actually had more life than I thought. So yellow, which was actually like really fun to draw on. But we have Nova, and this might be Lobby, but I don't know. And then 2 Alberns, and then Random Chick, and Azim. And then in lecture we were talking about the Uncanny Valley. I forgot the name of it. And then I couldn't use my phone in that lecture, so I kind of had to go off of memory of what, like, the boiled one looked like. And that does not look like him at all, so whoopsie. But yeah, was drawing some spooky as like a I don't know what to call it. Like, I really like drawing monsters and like spooky stuff, so like self-indulgent, I guess. But I don't really do it that much because I also really like drawing anime girls. So there's like a conflicting thing there. And I don't want to necessarily combine them because like they're like 2 separate things that I like, you know? But after I drew that one, this page was kind of like weird to draw on. So I used some of those transparent sticky notes, and then I just drew on sticky notes for my characters. Lavi, and then Nova, and a random dude, and Blossom. And I like this drawing of Blossom because she looks very pretty. This is Hunter, and then Adira, and more Hunter over here. What the? Get down there. And then this is from my friend. Yippee! Yeah. She grabbed my arm and was like, "Can I use your sketchbook?" And I was like, "I guess." And she was just like, and drew me this stuff. And that was really fun. And I'll put her Instagram handle up here because she draws really good. Yeah. And then this is more gouache, actually. Yeah. Because this semester I drew a lot of my friends' portraits. I drew my friends a lot, like, for birthdays and everything. So I had a lot of, like, leftover gouaches from their little things. So I had to put it somewhere because I don't want it to go to waste. But this is highlighter, and then a micron over top with Azim and Hunter, and then Blossom and Nova, because I think they don't live in the same world, but I think they would get along. I don't like this drawing of Blossom, though. I don't really like any of these drawings of them, but I do like the colors. So, conflicted. But yeah, I think they would be good friends, but they don't live in the same world, so it's kind of sad. And then over here, this is Azim, and then Albern. And I sketched it with like a chunky Sharpie, and then did the acrylic markers, the Artex acrylic markers over top, and I like it. And then I used gouache over top as well, so it's not all of the pen, but that was a good combo. So, and then I really like this page, mainly for the colors, but it's Azim, and then here's Hunter over here, but we don't care about this. We care about this. I really like the colors on this one. This was like, whoa. He was really angry there. I think he's still angry. He's barking at something. But Azim. And I used mild liners. What color are you? Blue, green, and then I think this one and this one a little bit. Summer green. Also, sorry, I like shook you. These, they're my sister's. She like let me use them, but yeah, as like the pen to sketch in, I literally just threw that and I don't know where it went. But yeah, I don't remember the smell, but I like the color on the bright pink, because I think the bright pink is, it's either the Ohuhu or Copic, just like as the background color, but, and then Artex for the yellow. And I really like, it's so, like, I don't know if the correct word is like atmospheric, yeah. But that was, I love this page so much. And on this page, I drew in the car. I was stuck in traffic, for like literally ever. Like, we weren't moving, and I hate when we're at a light and I can see the light's green, but literally no one goes. I have road rage, and it is completely justified because people are dumb. So I don't want to hear anybody trying to take that away from me. So yeah, instead of sitting there being angry, I decided to draw myself being upset. You know, channel that. And then on this page, you know what these markers are actually? They're Prismacolor alcohol markers, I think. Yeah. Hunter. And I love him. And I actually do like this drawing of him. So. And then I went back to my roots. To something comfortable. Because I was like, I've been so creative recently. We gotta give ourselves a break. Yeah. That was from my friend again. The one that did something. Did this one. She draws a lot of cats in my sketchbook. So, Azim and Nina, and then Hunter and Azim and all the things. His father and maybe an Ishmael in there. This might be, I don't know who this is. But this drawing of Azim, this one, literally love. Because he's so angry. The little sprite. Figures. It was my friend's birthday. And we went to our school's baseball game. And we sketched out the baseball men. Baseball has really good shapes. Like when they throw the ball and everything. But the movements are so fast, it's hard to like get. So Yeah. But I like this man. And then there's this one dude, this drawing, I don't know his name, but when he would like bat, he would like really get into it and like squat and everything, and I was like, get it, bro. Like, I was like, that man in his head is like fighting orcs or something, and he's chopping heads off. So that was a good shape, but it was so fast that, you know, most of it is from your imagination. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you try to take a picture with your brain, but it doesn't always work. So, yeah. And then this dude down here, he would like, this, okay, I know nothing about baseball, so I might be saying stuff, and baseball people are like, what an idiot. Literally, that's like a thing. So I apologize if these are things. But I don't remember the dude's name. It was literally just in my brain. But the dude that sits behind the batter and catches the ball. I can't remember his name. He'd be sitting there. These are his legs. And he would be like, you know, squatted down. But then he'd go and like do a little split on the ground. And that was really funny. I don't know if that was like a distraction technique or if that was like just like something he does, but that was kind of funny. So yeah. And then yeah, I kind of wish I also brought my, did I skip a page? I'm sorry. I skipped a page. It's a good thing I went back because I was like, I could have swore I drew more. Yeah. Drew more baseball men, and I really like this one. He had a really good rhythm to his standing. So yeah, drew baseball men, and that was cool. And then was waiting for my friend. She was like talking to the professor, but we were gonna eat afterwards, so I was like sitting in like the prayer garden and drew the tree, kind of. Not really. Like, I tried to draw the tree, but I was listening to the chick behind me because she was dropping some lore about people I didn't know, and I was invested. But I couldn't let her know. I couldn't ask questions because I was eavesdropping. But she was right behind me, so I was not trying to listen, but got major lore. And then on this page, this was all like in the same day, I think, mostly. But Alburn, and then Hayato, and then a Nova behind the tree because I would put her everywhere. This is with Sharpie and Artex markers to like bring back in the carpet, the color. And I really like this drawing. So I'm gonna like do more of this because I was like, that was a good session. But yeah, Azim. This is literally what he looks like in my brain. I might do it kind of like, I don't really know the name of this art, but it's like techno. I don't know how to explain it, but you can probably pick up the vibes I'm trying to lay down. So I would like totally do an illustration in like this kind of like poppy techno style. Yeah, and then Azim and Blossom, and I really like Azim's face right here, like his eyes. I don't like Blossom, and that makes me sad because it's like good face and then bad face, and then like, my brother is playing his game, so ignore him. But we literally share this wall. Hunter and his father, but I don't think his dad has a name now that I think about it. Maybe I'll name his dad Hayato and he can be a junior. But yeah. His dad needs, like, I didn't officially, like, give him a character design. Like, I didn't officially explore his character. So I need to do that. But I, like, in my brain, this is what his hair looks like. Like, similar to Hunter's hair, like the bangs and stuff. But Hunter's hair goes from, like, silver to, like, this dark gray color, like his mommy's, and then the dad, I think I want him, I don't know if I want it to be like that's his natural hair, or if he's like started graying from a young age, but just in the front here, because that would be cool. So I can't decide if that's like it just grew out silver there, or if it like, because their hair like changes color. I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, I don't know if I want it to be an injury and it's like the color changed after. That could be like a thing. I don't know what I'm trying to do, but I want him to have like the silver front half. But that's like the only thing in my brain that's like thing. And then I don't know if I want him to have a jacked up eye, like a scar on his eye. There's so many things, bro, but I have to design them. Like I'm just like, this is like the greatest thing ever, but I have to like do it. So yeah, this is not that magical blue pencil. It's this thing, but in blue. And I have so much of that blue, but it's not the same as the magical blue pencil. So, yeah. Drew my friend, because she was just like, draw me, and like, post. So I had to draw her. And then Blossom, and I think this was supposed to be Ishmael, but concept work for Hayato's story, or Hunter's story, and then Hunter. And I did that in class. A lot of this is in class. More Hunter, but I used those Prismacolor pencils. I literally forgot the name of that for a second. But yeah, Prismacolor pencils, and then ballpoint, like big pen on top. And I like this page. And then pink Papermate pen, and I really like these pens. And I really like drawing with the pink one, and then I like putting like the cream mild liner behind it, and it looks so good. But this time I decided to be different, and I did the green blue color, and then it's just Hayato, and then a random Blossom and a random Ethan, and then we're literally almost done. But wanted to use my Copics more because I was like, I miss you. So yeah, did Hunter, and I really like this picture of Hunter. It looks really nice. And then more Hunter and Adira, but I don't like this drawing of her. Like, they like, the drawings interact with each other, but they were not supposed to. So, and then Azim, but I don't like this picture of him. And then I did a horse in gouache. Yeah. A pony in gouache. And I think I did this without a reference. Maybe. But I've been following a lot of artists on Instagram, but specifically the My Little Pony artists, because I love that show watching it. Whoa. I loved that show growing up, so now I'm trying to get back into it. Like, I'm gonna rewatch it over the summer. But it was like, this was supposed to be, I kind of looked up a reference of her, but that one really pretty pony in Canterlot that was with like, that was like the bodyguard / wife of, oh dang, I'm forgetting his name, in Canterlot, like the white unicorn with like the mustache that like Rarity would interact with sometimes, and he was like really wealthy, like everybody in Canterlot, but that pony that's always with him because she's literally so pretty. And then that pen, like Tombow ink pen that I really like again, and I drew a Hunter again and a random pony. Well, the same pony. Oh, because I used Copic markers, and then I used gouache on top of the Copics to like try that out, but that was a bad choice to use a pony as like my subject. So yeah, but I really like these drawings. of Hunter. And then on this one, this was with Sharpie, so it smells. But we have Batman. And then Azim. And I really like them. And then on the final page, we have 21 Pilots. Because my friend had a birthday that was 21 Pilots themed, and she printed these stickers of them. Yeah. So they live there, and my mom was very concerned with this quote. But the back quote hurts his balls. So, yeah. And then more of that pen that I really like. And garbage up here. And then this was also from my friend that she printed. Peeling Good is her company name, and she makes good stickers. Azim, sorry. I'm sorry. Azim, I think this is supposed to be Azim, and then Hunter, and then Albert. And then there's just garbage and leaves in there. Because I like collecting leaves, but I'm not going to touch it because I don't want leaves everywhere. But yeah, that's the end of Sketchbook 25. And yeah, I liked the sketchbook. I was like coming out of an art block with it, but it was really fun to go through. So thanks for taking a look with me, and I'll see you in whatever video I post next, which will probably also be a sketchbook tour. And I'll see you later. So, goodbye.